More and more dentists are walking away from the profession early, and some are even telling students not to go to dental school at all. So what's actually going on? Is dentistry really getting worse, or are we just hearing the loudest voices online? What's going on, everybody? My name is Dr. Eli, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I'm a first-year orthodontics resident, and I recently graduated dental school in 2025. On this channel, I make videos with advice for pre-dental students, as well as vlog my dental school and residency journey. So if that's something that interests you, please make sure you subscribe. So as someone who's been through dental school and that's now in orthodontics residency, I've seen both sides. The opportunity that dentistry allows you and the stress that comes with it. And the truth is, there are real reasons why dentists are burning out, and you're now running into a constant trend of dentists telling younger students not to pursue dentistry. Let's start with what's probably the biggest issue and only getting worse with new legislation, and that's student loan debt. The average dental student is graduating with $300,000 to $500,000 plus dollars in debt. When you compare that to how much dentists were paying to go to dental school back in the day, it's an exponential difference. Now compare that to reimbursement rates from insurance that aren't growing with the amount of money it costs to be a dentist, run a practice, go to school, buy supplies, etc. The rising cost of overhead now as things get more expensive. Assistants, hygienists, office managers, everyone is demanding more pay. And the interest rates for these loans are skyrocketing as well. And that's only getting worse with the big, beautiful bill and the cap on the federal student loans and having to pursue private loans to go to these professional schools. See, dentistry used to be a guaranteed path to financial freedom, but now you're looking at about 10 to 20 years of staying down until you actually get to that point. And a lot of people don't want to take that long just to feel stable, especially when there are quicker ways and ways that you can incur less debt to make just as much money, with newer professions rising like careers in tech, AI, etc. So think about that from an older dentist perspective. They may have had $80,000 in loans to go to dental school, and yes, they didn't come out making as much as we do, and it probably took them a little while to pay that off, but that number doesn't compare to $500,000, $600,000, even with inflation from 1980 to now. So from an older doctor's perspective, they don't find that to be worth it because it's nothing close to what their reality was. Now, the second major shift in dentistry right now is the rise of corporate dentistry. The Aspen Dentals, the Heartland Dentals, Smile for You, Braces for You, all these kind of practices. These corporate dentistry organizations or dental support organizations, DSOs, are buying up practices all around the nation. And there's a very big opportunity for them to do so because dentists want to retire. They want to release the stress of practice ownership. But at the same time, all these dentists are graduating dental school with so much debt, they can't even think about buying a practice right now. So the dentists that want to retire have slim pickings of people that are going to buy their practice, but a DSO will come scoop it up and give them a boatload of money to just let go of it. Now, how does this affect new graduates? Compared to dentists that graduated in previous generations, new graduates are signing on to these corporate companies and they have less autonomy in their clinical decisions from day to day, production quotas that put a lot of stress on them and truly make dentistry a high stress job compared to before, and subtle pressure to diagnose and treat faster so that they can meet these quotas that the corporation is implementing on them without really keeping the patient in mind. So now some dentists feel like they're pure employees rather than healthcare providers. Now, to be fair, corporate dentistry is not all that bad. There are a lot of benefits that corporate dentistry is offering that new grads previously couldn't get coming out of dental school and going right into private practice. They're offering mentorship, they're offering stability, benefits, and a steady paycheck early on out of dental school. But on top of all that, they're releasing the stressors of business ownership from doctors, which is allowing some dentists to feel at ease because they feel like they can come in, do the clinical work, and not have to worry about any of the business ownership and clerical things, when in reality, it's just slowly declining their autonomy as providers. Now, another thing that people don't really notice until they're in it is how physically demanding dentistry is. I'm talking about the neck and the back pain, the long hours in static positions, the high patient volume, the anxiety, the pressures to be perfect, taking work home when you can't stop thinking about that crown prep you did or whatever it was. And on top of all that, just like I mentioned, the stress of running a business. All of that stuff starts to add up and burnout becomes very real. I remember when I was a fourth year dental student and I started my externship, which was really my first time experiencing working long hours in dentistry. And I remember I would leave after those 10-hour days and just plop on my couch and say, wow, I can't believe my shoulders and my back feels like this. How am I gonna do this for the next 40 years? And as a result, people are retiring early because as you get older, this pain only gets worse and this soreness only gets worse. I'm young and I work out almost every day. I can't imagine how it would feel to be a 50-year-old dentist that doesn't have the time to work out and may not have ever perfected their posture, and they have to feel like that after work all the time.
Y'all over there. Wait. I got something to tell y'all. Oh. What? Oh, y'all want to play games, huh? Okay. I'm come get you too. I gotta tell y'all something, man. Yo, why y'all playing with me, man? Come on, I gotta tell y'all something. Enough with the games, man. I got something to tell y'all. Look, man. John Scrubs is launching a brand new color for the spring. This is the Ocean colorway. What a beautiful spring color, especially for someone like me that just came back from spring break and wish I could go right back. Anyway, I hope y'all want to shop this new color or any of the colors that John Scrubs has available on their website. You can use my code Dr. Eli DMD or my link johnu.com/Dr. Eli DMD for 20% off your next order. Don't you want some stylish scrubs like this? Or maybe even a jacket that you can wear over them? Go shop John Scrubs right now using my code Dr. Eli DMD for 20% off. Don't say I didn't tell y'all. Now I gotta go.
Nowadays, even more providers are becoming increasingly frustrated with insurance companies. As I mentioned earlier in the video, insurance reimbursement rates are not keeping up with the current trends of inflation. Companies like Delta Dental have not increased their reimbursement rates significantly in over 40 years. The price of a crown prep has only gone up but so much. Price of a filling has barely risen. Extractions, the same thing. But the costs to be a practice owner has risen exponentially in this time. Staff salaries are increasing, the cost of materials are increasing, the lab fees are increasing, the price to rent in the building is increasing, everything is increasing, and the pay is not matching. So when you combine the massive debt, the corporate pressure, the slow growth of reimbursement rates from insurance, and the burnout that dentists experience, you start to see why some dentists are saying, I need to retire early, or you shouldn't pursue this profession. And they start to discourage students because they truly just think that they have your best interest at heart because they've experienced all these things, and all these things are starting to feel like it's not worth it to them. And now they see the price of school just rising exponentially. It's definitely not worth it to them. But the thing is, I think that every profession has people that are burnt out, but you only hear the ones that are complaining. There's still so many dentists out there that say dentistry is a very fulfilling profession and that the debt is nothing to worry about, but they're not the ones online telling people to pursue the profession. They're telling the people that come to shadow them, they're telling their mentees, but they're not the influencers because honestly, discouragement is what sells online. So the truth is, I still don't think dentistry is a bad career. It still offers a flexible work-life balance, a high earning potential, the ability to own a business, and allows you to have a real impact on a patient's life. But it's no longer a nearly guaranteed win like it was in the past. You have to choose your school wisely, manage your debt well, and be intentional about what kind of dentist you want to be. Being average just isn't gonna cut it anymore. You have to be exceptional if you want to make exceptional money. So should you go to dental school? At the end of the day, I say don't let burnt out dentists make the decision for you. But at the same time, don't ignore what they're saying. Use it, learn from it, and make an informed decision. I always think you'll be happiest if you pursue a profession that you would be okay with doing for free. That way, when you get out in the career and you may run into the point where you feel like the money isn't worth it, your life will be just as fulfilling because it's the career you always wanted. If you're still trying to decide whether dental school is worth it or whether all these years were worth it, I encourage you to go to my dental school vlogs playlist or even watch some of my ortho residency vlogs just to get a taste of what the process was like. That's all I got for today's video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I got baguettes in the back of my ring, and I went he trying to hit me. I told her she gotta run to the team before she can talk to the list. Before she can talk to the jet. Lamb chop, I just pulled up in some